Good morning. My upper are back. Here's the plan. More scaffolding, more plastering, more development of the swimming pool, the perimeter wall. How close are we? More roofing, more doors going in. Could be loads more things. It's going to be a Buildelicious day. What could possibly go wrong? Right, we'll start here at the back wall. Really not far to go. It's early, the guys are just getting set up. So as we said at the close of business yesterday, just 4 sections to be built. The columns are in place, the tie beams at the base are in place and concreted in. 4 sections and 6 top tie beams. Very, very close to finishing. There was a question about this house. This is the small house on the land that we are building on. We built this house, I'll say, maybe 5-6 years ago. We did it in a bit of a hurry. We had to get something here quickly to help out with the family. I'm not going to take you inside. My beautiful Asawa has had to go into town early this morning and I haven't told her about this. And if I showed you, I suspect later on she'd do a Lorena Bobbitt on me. And if you don't know what that means, well, don't look it up if you're a guy. Ugh. Anyway, it's just a small house. It has only 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, single-story house, as you can probably make out, and then a pretty small area for a kitchen on the right side as you look at it, and a living room over on the left. And that's it, really. Yeah, we did it pretty cheaply. We did it very cheaply. And that's kind of coming back to haunt us a little bit now, although nothing huge wrong with it, but definitely lots of cracks have appeared in the plastering. But it is a very simple house, and I can't for the life of me remember what we paid to build it, but it wasn't a huge amount. But very simple design, very simple build. Sorry, I can't take you inside, as I say, but hopefully that gives you just some sense of it. And there was also a question, I think Charles Foster noticed this. And commented, that's quite a lot of empty booze bottles. Well, I would like to point out that absolutely none of this was me. Oh, except that one. And yeah, it was a very good breakfast. Here we go at the swimming pool. Plastering inside still. So, as I mentioned yesterday, they have about half of this internal wall left to plaster and smooth. And I think then they're done with that step in the process. The west-facing wall of the spa getting a bit of attention this morning. Maybe that wall will be finished today. And more scaffolding. Marvin's up there. This is the Marvin with less tattoos, possibly no tattoos, and who I've not seen doing a standing backflip. So scaffolding continuing here on the west wall, and maybe going up on other sides. We'll have a look around a little later. We have 2 guys back on the roofing crew today. I'm going to try to get hold of some kind of information about how this roof is going to be done, what materials are involved. Once I've got that, I think we'll do a roof finish competition. But that might take me a few days until we get to the point where I have enough information to give some kind of guideline on it. Oliver, down here is in the process of getting this door frame locked in. So, I am, of course, no expert on any of this, but let's take a slightly closer look. So we have got rebar that extends from out of the concrete floor, up, right all the way up the side and into the concrete hollow block at the top, and I can see there it is fixed into another rebar going across. Then they've got other rebar coming out from the side wall, and that's been welded on to that vertical rebar. The door frame up here is then welded onto those rebar, and previously they had attached clamps to hold that in place on a temporary basis. We'll look at those on a different door in a moment. And then the whole thing basically just gets welded into place, as far as I can see. I don't know if there's any other mechanism to fix this. Once all that's done and it's set for a while, they plaster it in. Now, I don't know if that is a huge oversimplification. I'll try and see this a little bit more as the day progresses. This was the first door frame to be installed, and as you see, fully concreted in. Again, I will try and find out if there are any other steps that have taken place along the way. And down here is the arc welder that they're using to weld in all these bits of metal. This is the end of the corridor that, when you come up from the stairs, is basically taking you to all the bedrooms. So Richard, assisted by Jeff, is getting all of the plastering, or getting the plastering started here. There are string lines in place to guide them as to the thickness of the plaster. And as you just saw, the plaster's applied, and then a little bit of water is splashed on just to soften it very slightly and help the smoothing process. That seems to be it. I don't know whether there is any treatment of that plastered wall when it's done, or whether they move straight onto the skim coating process that effectively smooths it all out. We will see. That is going to come a little bit later. I'm not sure how easy this is going to be to see, but we do have wire mesh covering this conduit, which is drainage conduit. So they have started to put that in where we have the larger size, the non-electrical conduit. This is the first, apparently it's called an angle bar, that's going in to support the roof. And finally for this morning, the aircon crew. What a surprise, chipping out. Plus, lots more plaster being mixed. Again, that will be probably an all-day ongoing job. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and everybody but everybody that I've walked past today has said, Mapali, hot. It's hot every day, but yeah, today is hot. Right, so here we are at the wall with a couple of hours or so to go on day 124. And by the end of today, I think these 4 sections maybe will be up to the height of the one on the right side, which means that maybe day 125 is in the frame. Could still be 126, we will see. And I have to decide whether building the wall includes removing the forms, because that will be the following day of whenever they finish pouring them. So in the comments, tell me, does removing forms count as the wall building process? I think it does, but if I make the decision, I'm going to be accused of bias. So I will go with whatever the majority of the comments say. Yes, it counts. No, it doesn't count. Let me know. Here at the swimming pool, something new and something's gone wrong. I knew from the builder that light blue was generally going to be the colour scheme. What I didn't know was they were going to start putting in these plain, totally plain blue. Instead of this, the one the fella's holding up there, I think those are quite nice. But my wife in particular does not like the plain light blue, sky blue. I think they got to go. So they just, we've just asked the guys to halt for now with any more tiles going on until we get some feedback from the builder. This wall and window for the spa, done. So all that remains for the gym now, I believe, are 1 or 2 levels of concrete hollow block up just below the beam for these windows, and then whatever they're going to do on this side wall that goes out onto the patio. The aircon guys have done most of the drainage installation. Now we're onto the copper pipes, and you can maybe make out here the copper pipe inside the insulated rubber, which, if anybody's interested, is from Malaysia, and the dimensions of the rubber pipe, if you can read them, are on here. And here you get a slightly better look at the 2 different copper pipes, so the in and the out, if you like. I don't know for sure. I'm guessing this might be the 5/8 of an inch for one of the larger units that we've got, and then I think it's 1/4 inch for the smaller diameter. Something I didn't talk about previously, these 3 multicoloured wires are the communication wires that basically talk between the indoor and the outdoor units. And finally, this is what it all looks like before it comes out of the box. So 3 different cables here, the rubber insulators, the copper pipe, and the plastic piping. In the master bedroom, smoothing of the plaster. It's all up to the thickness, apart from obviously this area. It's all up to the thickness of the string lines. And this wall is done. Not smoothed yet entirely, but started. Here in the master walk-in closet, all the walls are plastered. They've obviously left the area where the drainage line is for the aircon unit that will service both this room and the master bathroom. So in the master bathroom itself, it is all plastered. Smoothing going on as we speak. We looked at doors going in earlier on, and this is kind of the beginning stage. So it's just getting welded onto the rebar that protrudes from the columns. The bell has gone. 4:30, end of the day. Burning question number 1. When will this wall be finished? Well, they have got all of the concrete hollow blocks in place. Now I've got to go and ask them to remind or to tell me which one was the last one. But the wall's not finished. We have the 6 sections of top tie beam to do. I have no doubt they will finish that tomorrow. However, the ball is in your court. Do we have to wait until they've removed the forms from all of those top tie beams, which would be the following day? Or does the completion of the tie beam mean the end of the wall? You've heard my view. There are 2 people that chose day 125, and there are 2 people that chose day 126. So either way, unless something else goes horribly wrong, 2 of those 4 people will be declared winners within the next 2 days. Your call, let me know. Burning question number 2. What was the decision about the tiles for the pool? Well, you can probably see for yourselves. We did ask them to remove those plain light blue tiles, and we're going to go all the way with these slightly multicolored ones, predominantly still blue, but blue, black and white. We don't want to go with anything that is overall too dark, because there will be lights in this pool and there will be the ability, we understand, to have different colored lights. If we went with an entirely dark blue, it would probably smother the impact of those lights if we, for some strange reason, decided to do it in green or red. Or we might. So, yes, we're going to go with these, which we are told, the swimming pool guys said they have used these on at least one other build with lights, and it didn't really impact on the multicolored lighting effect. So, we're going to take their word for it. The whole pool, as far as I know, will now be with these. The floor may still be with the plain light blue. We shall see. The aircon crew are still here, and they have started to get these pipes in place for the gas, the refrigerant. So clearly we do again lose a little bit of height below the beams, but hopefully the ceilings will still be plenty high enough. This is the wall into the bedroom at the front of the house on the north side. And it's, as far as I've seen, it's the first area that starts to kind of look like a wall that isn't a whole bunch of hollow blocks. So the plastering has been done on this wall, clearly, and the door has been plastered in. Well, sorry, the door frame. It looks like a real wall. In the master bedroom, I'm standing in the corner where the toilettes will be. In fact, this is kind of like I'm sitting on the toilet, but I'm very tall. All of these walls inside are done, and we'll see if we can make out how smooth that is, and the answer is, well, sort of, but clearly skim coats to come. And next to it, the walk-in closet, all done. The end of day 124. Well, kind of the end, except for about 6 of the crew who are still working upstairs, plus the 3 aircon fellas. Is it 3 or 4? I think it's 3. So yeah, they kind of done. Lots going on today. Very busy all around the site. 2 things that were the keys for me were the wall and the swimming pool. But beyond those, lots of equally important build progress here. It was a Buildelicious day. See you tomorrow.